Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play HOI4 Kaiserreich as Poland. Let us continue on from where we last left off. So you strengthen enter a partisan circle. Fantastic. What do you want to do next? Well, we drop the gold standard, which I mean wouldn't be so bad. Who's the most powerful party in the country right now? The Republicans, the Nationalists, and the Socialists are about 50-50 right now. So let us weaken the Socialists, strengthen the monarchy, subvert the Republicans, and then you will weaken the Nationalists. We kind of weaken everybody here. So let's do first the Republicans, because they are the biggest party here. Could rally the monarchists, gives a little bit more support. Yeah, 33 political power is not even that expensive, so yeah, we'll do that. I mean, that sounds pretty good to me. Great luck in Britain. All that stuff doesn't really matter too much. Like whatever the syndicalist countries are doing, whatever Russia's doing, none of those matter to us because at some point we're going to be ending up at war with them anyways. If they want to go have all their wee little politics stuff, let them. Doesn't make a difference. I mean, actually, or does it? I mean, you're going to go Savinkov, which I don't think makes a difference. I don't. Right? Whoever is actually in charge of Russia doesn't matter. Because you'd be at war with them regardless, right? And I don't think any of the Russian paths actually make a huge difference one way or the other when it comes to their foreign policy. Unless whoever's in charge changes which one the AI is likely to choose, but I don't think that it does. So yeah, it doesn't... Going back to my original point, it doesn't matter. If Russia wants to be liberal, a monarchy, nationalist, even socialist... We'll invade them all the same. Okay, we'll empower the provincial assemblies. Fantastic. We'll go straight to... Investigation will cost 20 less. Let's do some concessions to the unions. Hunger riots in Lublin. The economic fallout has struck Lublin particularly hard, and over 8,000 people have been left unemployed. A delegation organized by the Socialists first requested, and then demanded the city authorities to arrange public works for the starving masses. Rebuked, the massive workers stormed the state employment agency. An 80-man strong police unit was dispatched to disperse the crowd, but alleged to a melee where the police were forced to use the butts of the rifles and bayonets to stop the people hurling stones at them. Finally, after 2 volleys of rifle fire, the crowd's spirit broke, leaving at least 12 people hospitalized and 2 dead. The workers dispersed for now. We can only expect more of such encounters as the economic situation does not improve. We can strengthen the socialists. Okay, we'll do a little bit of relief effort. It's only 50 political power, so it's really not so bad. Monarchy popularity goes up by 3. It's at 38%, which is not terrible. Well, I'm assuming it's not terrible. I don't know what a good number on this is. I'm going to just say that 30 is you should be fine. The Pristkiv program. Surge of violence against Polish Jews are by no means rare, but the incident in the Jewish village of Pristkiv near Revamped has shocked the kingdom. The disorder started from a minor dispute between a Jewish banker and Polish farmer during the annual town fair. Relations between the Jews of Pistrik have already been strained with the Polish Catholic farmers living around the town. And some local Poles were calling for boycotts against the Jews, who were blamed for undercutting Polish farmers' sales. The fair turned into a riot, and the Jewish market stalls were attacked and their properties destroyed. The Jews, who had organized their own defense organization, tried to defend themselves from the numerically superior host of Poles. Finally, a Jewish member of Mizrachi, a militant Zionist organization, fired at the Poles. Then shots turned to riot into a pogrom as the crowd demanded blood. Many Jews were beaten and some died of their injuries. They found 50 people were arrested in the aftermath of the riot. Both Poles and Jews were being accused of violence. Both present conflicting versions of the event, with both claiming to have acted in self-defense. So you will... More support for market liberalism will strengthen the Republican Socialists, will weaken the Nationalist. Or we lose popularity. And this will strengthen the Nationalist. We'll weaken it. I mean, who do we want to strengthen? I don't think we want to blame the Jewish here. I mean, again, the Republicans are still some of the strongest, so we will... I'm gonna take the 4 popularity hit. How big is it? Alright, that's actually a pretty big swing. That's a 6% swing in their favor. We could spend 32 political power to kind of boost this up a little bit. And I believe I do want to get that, so we'll spend 30 points on this. Small farmers' debt skyrockets. The Polish countryside is strongly polarized between the very large estates owned by the nobility and barely self-sufficient smallholder with plots too small to acquire capital for mechanization or expansion. This has led to many small-scale farmers accruing large amounts of debt to fund for the buying of tractors and other agricultural machines for their villages. During the economic boom, this was an effective way of increasing the productivity of land and eventually paying back the debt. But as the prices for agricultural goods plummeted after Black Monday, thousands of farmers have found themselves crushed under a mountain of ever-increasing debt, and that faced the possibility of losing their land to equally desperate banks. Needless to say, this has led to peasantry to turn to increasingly interest in the radical program of the PSL, preaching for their liberation. So now you are up to 33%. Monarchy's down to 27%. Look, Republicans, the Nationalists, the Socialists, they just need to shut up. Let me work through our issues by myself, okay? How long until you're done? We become socialists, will allow us to subvert Republican influence. I would definitely be happy to do it. And then we'll immediately go for guarantee the holdings of landowners. And then we'll finish our stuff here. Do we need to get through you? I mean, at some point, yes, but I think we're going to focus on getting this tree done first. Politsky's legacy. 1 year ago, Joseph Politsky died in Warsaw, having spent his last decades in retirement and unofficial house arrest. Thousands of people have gathered today to pay homage to the idolized Polish patriot, visiting his grave, and those of the many other fallen heroes of Poland's war for liberation. While pro-German elements and the king himself prefer to paint the national hero first and foremost as the leader of an anti-Russian struggle, it is obvious that he's also the hero of an anti-German struggle. In stark contrast to the waning popularity of the king, Politsky's memory seems to unite Poles across the political spectrum, even amongst those the military, even those amongst the military idolize him. Even if officially it is simply a matter of honoring past heroes, the simple occasion of Polish patriotism does show how little loyalty that the Germans have inspired. Politsky's final gift to Poland was a reminder to the Germans they were foreigners ruling over Poles. They might have their loyalty for now, but if the empire were to show weakness, there would be hell to pay. You can restrict gatherings, we think another -5. Can I afford another -5? So put it down to 22%, which seems pretty bad. The nationalists are reporting the government will still have a slim majority. I'm gonna take minor defeat. Okay, let's try to fix that up. We'll subvert the Republicans. Where are the nationalists at right now? 23. Republican at 35%. Get them the hell out of here. Yeah, strengthen the monarchy, weaken the nationalist. Least loyalist states. 10% construction speed. I mean, we have like what? How many factories we're actually using? We're literally using one factory. Okay, the 10% construction speed does not matter even remotely. So yeah, get that done. 120 days on you. You're going to be a +3, which will get us up to 26. Which should give us a slight majority, but I don't think by too much. Go for construction industry 1, thank you. Your leadership of the Union of Polish Legionaries. Originally created as an association of former soldiers of the Polish legions, and later close associations of Joseph Politsky in 1918. Look, okay. I guess my great-grandparents came from Poland just before World War II. I'm definitely like ruining their memory by butchering these pronunciations so hard, and I apologize for that. Were they my grandparents? I think my grandfather. Anyway, that's another time, another place. Okay, so the Zajek Legion Borkic, as it is in Polish, has served since then as a legal combatant organization in the Kingdom of Poland. While on paper, this organization's purpose was to memorialize the Legion's accomplishments and help its forever members, in reality, it was one of the power bases of Politsky's organizations, serving also as a link between him and the Republican underground while he was in house arrest. Now that the old commandant has passed away and a freshly chosen Edward Ritz-Spiegel has resigned from leadership of the ZLP, the election of a new leader was necessary. Though it was a hard task, as Politsky's followers were divided since his death. 3 men are considered for the possibility. Adam Koch, protege of a new commandant, who might be more open to cracks in an already broken camp. We got Kazimir Sonskowski, an old friend of Politsky, even considered by some as his natural heir, who might mend the rifts caused by Ritz's leadership, and as well as Alexander Pritstor, a longtime colleague of old commandant, who has been lately cooperating with the PPS. PPS is the socialist? Yes. So, strengthen nationalists. I mean, who do we want to strengthen? I guess we want to strengthen the nationalists because they're actually at least they do support our government. Hopefully they don't support our government. They support our government enough to not coup us. Let's just say during an election of, 38. May of 1938, to really to be a little bit more exact on that. Okay, we'll get superior firepower. Always nice to have it. Is there any wars going on right now? I mean, there's a handful in China, but that's not really anything we need to worry ourselves with too much. Everybody else is just kind of hanging out, having a good time. Happy to see. So we get 95 days on you. Polish influence goes up by 5%. Slight Austrian control, which is... Well, what are you? You're half of the penalties. Okay. Do I want more control? I can acquire Polish... Okay. So it's 37 political power. I can seize Austrian goods in the country. National speeder, German-Polish economic integration. Let's 37. Let's do it. 60 days. Anti-German publication spread. The royal authorities have generally kept the opposition newspapers under a close watch. Many radical newspapers, such as the socialist Obristina and Ropnik, have been banned multiple times due to their failure to comply with the censorship laws. Even more suspicious publications remain unaccounted for. Lately, even the less openly radical newspapers have started publishing texts questioning our alliance with the German Empire and are calling for increased liberalization. Absolutely not. We can close those prints. -2 stability. I mean, a socialist don't have that much power. So we'll do this one here. And the raid on miscellaneous. Look, okay. On a warm summer night on the 22nd of June, 100 armed men arrived at a small town of Millicents. I think every single time I read these names, I pronounce it differently. They cut the telephone lines and took control of the police depot under the cover of darkness, and then turned towards their real goal, the sizable Jewish settlement. Jewish shops were raided and plundered, and their entire inventories burned in the town square. Even a synagogue was set on fire, and militiamen beat the Jews who tried to oppose them. They were acting under the orders of Adam Doretsky, a national democracy activist for merely 22 years of age. The raid on Millis would make him into a hero of the Polish far right, a man who was not afraid to do what he considered right. After ransacking through the Jewish properties, Dobnetsky's men fled into the nearby forest, leaving a burning and scarred militants behind them. Both police units were dispatched immediately and clashed between the raiders multiple times during a day-long raid towards the Bohemian border. Most of them did not make it, and one particularly harsh fight with the Galician cavalry cracked Dobnetsky's troops, and over half of them were arrested. Dobnetsky himself was involved in a shootout with Hungarian border guards, but escaped nonetheless. We're okay, we're now -7% stability, so it hasn't really gotten any better. Okay, we'll do a weapon against the underground. More support, +2 for the monarchy. We get weekly stability, +1% for 90 days, which is 70, 77, 84. So like 12 weeks-ish. You can't divide 90 by 7, right? Like, I'm not like fucking up the math here. Because 77 would be 11 weeks, and it'd be 84. Like, if it was 91 days... If it was 91 days, then it would have one more tick. I don't know how exactly it works, though. The Krakow Conspiracy. Secret activist organization that plowed the Kingdom of Poland since its inception, as many of these conspiring groups have already been established during Russia's rule. While the state police have been working tirelessly to capture the anti-monarchist radicals, you have no idea about the true scale of the problem. The series of events started to unfold when the Austrian secret police raided a small bank, the Unitary Bank of Krakow, was accused of money laundering for criminals, but the documents unearthed were massively more incriminating. The bank was used as a front for funding anti-monarchist activities in the Kingdom of Poland, and the police even managed to capture their entire archive of transactions, full of sums and names. According to them, hundreds of thousands of marks had been run through the bank, disguised as business transactions. The money had come not from other Galician banks, but Russian and Swiss institutions were also prominent. What is more shocking is the scale. Almost the entire Polish political establishment is incriminated. Large donations have been covertly made to the PPS and the PSL-aligned organizations and trade unions, chief among them the ZZZ. Russian money, especially, has gone to numerous senators of the Shem delegates from the CHZJN and even the MKP. A large amount cannot be traced at all, and it seems clear that thousands of people and organizations in Poland have received funds to oppose the monarchy and propagate propaganda, including our coalition partners. The issue is delicate and urgent, and the Special National Committee of Safety, the KON, has been founded to work under Minister Felician Slavoj Skalecki's leadership. An ardent anti-socialist and military man, Skalecki is expected to get to the bottom of Poland's rotting underground in no time. We're going to get -6% stability. German intelligence service offers its house. We get some KON decisions. Definitely, I would support their... We can function until the election. So first things first, I want to investigate the Jewish Labor Bund, Officer Corps, the church. We cannot prosecute the parties yet. So let's go for the unions first. I'm not too sure which one of you is aligned with the liberals here. I mean, the Republicans are... Well, they're in pink. Are the Republicans the... I mean, you're the Socialist Party. Socialist Party left. People's Party is the liberals. Social liberals. I mean, even people within our own party are taking all of this nonsense. Polish security forces have always had a closer cooperation with their colleagues in Germany. The Abteilung, German military intelligence agency of the Imperial Germany, has offered to help the KON and the Polish police in a large-scale investigation after dramatic revelation of the Krakow documents. While unpopular with the nationalists, the Abteilung's involvement would give us resources needed to find all the conspirators. Absolutely, yes. 100%. And that will... Okay, so you bring these down by another 20 points. So that makes them... Well, that means they're all going to be worth 10. Because, yeah, they're now down to 30. And if we take you, you'll go down to 10. Safeguard liberties reign in the gem. Which is stability, political power. Monarchy gets even more unpopular. Get more popularity if we safeguard liberties, which is what we're probably going to do. Because again, I don't want revolution in Poland. But with that discovery, I think it's going to be a good time for us to end this episode. So thanks everybody for watching. My name is Ep.2. If you enjoyed, remember to thumbs up. If you not enjoyed, please thumbs down. If you want to see more, subscribe, and goodbye.